Bros. All right. So, what was that chapter? Okay. Sorry for the yellow lighting. I'm just finishing moving, and in the process of moving, I'm gonna change it. I don't even know if this is gonna be the setup, but I want to get into the chapter. What what was that? I haven't seen Oda depict something like that before. That was one of his most, I feel, gruesome present time deaths ever. And the introduction and just aura of Garling is unmatched right now. When he was walking, he's got that Garp build. You know that this man is a menace. I'm so glad that this is how it worked out. I'm glad that this is how Oda depicted this. I'm gonna jump into that. Freaking, Saint J Saturn was was just having so many like failures. It was just like he's having so many stuff is just not going his way, and he's failing too many times that when Emu found out that that robot was still active after being told that we want it scrapped, we want it done, that is a previous science that should not be in the world anymore, just scrap it. And he, in his curious little mind and his own failure of telling people why they're so curious, why can't they just do what they're told, he himself didn't do what he was told, and he let his curiosity be the best of him. And that was his downfall, where he gets his powers, what looks like, taken away, which is also, we see that he was still alive, confirmed, still alive 200 years ago, alive now. Like when we saw Kuma's flashback, we're like, okay, he can still be old and still be alive. Sure, whatever, maybe magic, super medicine, whatever. But he was there 200 years ago, proving that at least there is an immortality aspect to it. And we see the powers derived from Emu, and they just get seeped out of him. And you see, like, there's faces on the power. It looks demonic, right? So there's faces and smiles on the power leaving. You see it in the panels. And that's just so awesome. So the powers transferred to Garling, and I wonder what Garling is gonna be. I don't think like the spider thing is gonna suit him. I don't think like he's gonna be a spider. I think he's gonna be the strongest one of them. I feel he was the leader of the Holy Knights. I feel like he is probably the strongest fighter with this buff. He's probably the strongest fighter. Like none of them look that intimidating in strength, right? Like the Phoenix, sure, they're immortal, but the Worm, not a menace. He's strong. The strongest one would have to be Warcury, the boar. That just like he's so tough you can't hurt him, but he didn't have many physical feats. So the Phoenix, not so much. Even Saturn, he was getting, bopped by every single Straw Hat. Every single Straw Hat, I think, got a hit in on him. Frankie got a hit in on him. Everybody. I can't wait to see bounties, man. I cannot wait to see bounties. What else was it? So, what was it though? The boar, the Phoenix, the worm, and the horse. Oh yeah, he's probably one of the stronger ones too. It's probably second strongest, right next to the boar. But yeah, I wonder what he's gonna be. And let me see. But yeah, let me just go through the chapter in order from there, because now I'm losing myself. Let me just. So we have Rob Lucci talk about Stussy killed in action. That gives him more depth. You would want him to be a very one-dimensional, strictly with the government type of person, but we're seeing growth where this is his crew now. It's kind of his crew. He's the leader, and he did not give the order, because Stussy's alive, right? We all can agree that Stussy's going to be alive. So he's having personal development where he doesn't want to go and basically take out one of his previous crew members. And then we have, I can't believe Doberman asked this, right? I can't believe like Saint Saturn is talking about, oh, we had one big failure. Forget Elbaf. We're not going to Elbaf. We're not following Luffy. We had one of the bigger failures is letting Vegapunk relay that message, and he's like, well, Doberman's like, well, sir, I don't want to impose, but was it true? Like, well, what is he gonna say? Oh yes, Doberman. Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, it was true actually. No, he's not gonna say it's true. So he blasts Doberman. I'm pretty sure he's still alive, right? Because they're calling for medic. He would be alive, right? And yeah, we get a small part of the clouds, and I like what Oda did. Like, let Oda cook, just let Oda cook. It's just everything worked out so well. I feel like this was all written so well ahead of time. Like, Saturn is failing so much, even before, like, he's getting to Egghead. He's having miniature failures. He's not able to kill Vegapunk in time, find the thing, but so York has the wow, I lost my train of thought there. York is trying to take care of wondering why there's so many clouds happening, and this causes her to try and destroy the cloud mechanism. Edison planned ahead of it, and he I'm assuming loaded everybody's data up onto this cloud, and just like, this is what I was getting to. Oda's writing is just, it's so good. Like, every other shonen's ending is so like bad or mid, or some are good, fair, but I hope the ending's good. I hope he knocks it out of the park. And the metaphor of the Egghead Island, the top part, what was it called? The lab, man, I forgot the name. Punk Records. The thing is, this is gonna act as the internet, and it's on the cloud. Is just chef's kiss. He's made it so the mass amount of information goes on top of the cloud. And Edison, I assume, uploaded everybody's state, or downloaded, I don't know what it would be, right? Everybody's persona into the cloud. York isn't there, and so everybody is. Lilith's not there either, but is it because they're alive? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why Lilith's personality isn't there, like a version of Lilith, a copy version of Lilith isn't there. But you see all the body parts are there of every Vegapunk. But York and Lilith aren't there. So, and we don't see Stella, the Stella bind. So is it because York and Lilith are not inside the mainframe that Stella isn't there? Because technically all the satellites are a part of Stella, the original Vegapunk. If they all come back together, is his conscience back? That's what I think. Lilith said, you saved us, technically. We're not dead. Once we return, maybe, once everybody returns, York, probably captured, not killed, gets put back into Punk Records, and Lilith goes back into Punk Records. They're still their own personality, but Stella will be able to be recreated and put into another body. That's what I think is gonna happen, and I'm sure some people are coming up with the same thing. Is since they're all a part of Stella, they all come together and make the original person, right? But yeah, so York blows up the Punk Record base. It floats up because it detaches somehow. I'm not sure. It detaches somehow anyway. We cut to Celestial Dragons being Celestial Dragons, just the worst type of person that we can fathom. And we cut to Garling, and every single Gorosei saying, "Why are you here? Remember your place." And Garling just walking in his stride. I can see it in the anime already, the stride, the aura that this man just embodies. The hairstyle, and when he sits down front facing and his hair looks like a star, his head looks like a star, is nuts. It's great. Like, Oda cooked with this. Having him replace one of the weakest Gorosei is great. Because everybody was able to knock damage. He wasn't even able to penetrate Chopper's skin. Weak. Weak. Saturn was definitely one of the weakest ones. And knowing that he gets the power, and then we cut to Saturn losing and getting drained of his powers, and the way Oda depicts him just shriveling up, because he's way past his age, right? He's way past his mortality, that he just gets all of his energy seeped out, and he just turns to bones, and like him shriveling up panel to panel to panel is one of Oda's, I think, maybe most gruesome panel structures I've seen, and I'm here for it. It's fantastic, and it happened in front of all the vice admirals is nuts. Like, imagining that you saw the Gorosei. Like, first of all, if anybody hits this man, we're calling a buster call. What do you do when the Gorosei just turns to bones in front of you? The Gorosei is nuts. I'm quitting. I'm out. I just saw this man disintegrate in front of me. I'm out. I'm quitting the Marines. Nothing. What I just witnessed, I don't know. I just saw monsters. Well, they don't know that the monsters were the Gorosei. Right, they don't know the monsters were the Gorosei, but they know that Saturn just disintegrated and died in front of them. That is one of the five elders. To their knowledge, I want to know what the Marines do from here. How do you explain this to anybody? I don't know. Like, how do you explain that? If a celestial dragon gets hit, you're getting buster called. You're getting executed, right? But that's nuts. And then Emu's talking to him, talking to Saturn, saying, "You're the reason we got foiled here. You're the reason that this happened, that all this happened, because everything just had a domino effect. You didn't scrap the thing. You hear the robot. The robot was the one transmitting the signal. You couldn't take down the robot. The robot knocked all of you out. It saved the Straw Hat Luffy. You're the reason." And he just removes his immortality, and it's Saturn's fault by not following his orders. And then we cut to I mentioned the Vegapunks. All the Vegapunks' consciousness are in Punk Records in the sky, and they're saying it'll take them 500 years to get this technology to our level or something, right? Which is, yeah, there's, I don't know who's able, like Witheria has technology and they're able to communicate with Vegapunk, and even the Witheria guy's like, "I thought you were dead. What happened?" So Witheria, I don't know, like if they're able to contact Witheria is able to contact other people, I feel. And Vegapunk's alive, so like the communication from Witheria to Vegapunk Punk Records just kind of threw me off. Like, if it's gonna take them 500 years to get to like what they're assuming, the technology to communicate around the world, I don't know. It kind of threw me off there. I'm thinking like, oh, well, that kind of just broke the illusion that you're not able to talk to anybody, right? So I assume they're gonna play a role later on. And we cut to the what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot their name. They're in Kamabaka Kingdom. God darn it, I forgot their names. The dragon, not, wow, brain fart right now. The Revolutionary Army. There you go. Cut to the Revolutionary Army, mentioning, that's why they're building the bridges that are so tall for the past 700 years. That's why they're on top of Merijual, the tallest point in the world. It all makes sense. And we have Dragon talking about, we need to seize this for ourselves. We need to make our move. Does this mean that the Revolutionary Army is gonna go for the One Piece also? That's gonna be interesting too. I need them to move already. Mobilize yourselves. Wait a minute. That just made me think. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter, but that just made me think that um, Saint Jade Garcia's dead, but Blackbeard has the transformation of Saturn. So, but how if the vice admiral saw that he disappeared? How does that copy ability work then? You just take the form of Saturn, but now what good does it do for you? I don't know. That I just thought of that right now. But so far, how long am I in? Okay, 16 minutes. It's a pretty good length of video, but I'm thinking now, Garling, the sequence of events of Oda's writing this is so good. Just having, because the Gorosei all seemed weak on their own. They're not admiral level, I'm pretty sure, but they just have that immortality, which seems insanely strong because you can't take them out; they just keep coming back. But that the fact that the hockey pulse was able to throw them off and send them away might be able to negate that immortality effect if the hockey is strong enough. But the hockey that has to be strong enough to revert it or kick it back doesn't necessarily have to be the Gorosei's hockey. It has to be Imu's hockey. Because you can see that as he's taking Saturn's power away, you see the black lightning of Conqueror's hockey. So that must be the layer of protection that's going on to I'm sorry, to the Gorosei. It's kind of like shielding them. But the moment that Joy Boy's hockey comes out, it knocks them all back away. It kicks them all back. So it negates the teleportation that happened, but it didn't kick back Saturn because he was physically there, not through a transportation spell. So I think this all is part of being the ultimate devil fruit ability or the devil itself. Could be. But the hockey negates it. In hockey being the strongest there is, as Joy Boy had mentioned, the strongest hockey there is, and it negated that effect. It might, Luffy's hockey might be able to negate, in the future, negate the effect of their immortality, or a conqueror's hockey as strong, say Shanks. Because remember, Marcus Mars was already there when Luffy had kicked him and attacked him. Not kicked him, but like attacked him. He was gone from the picture. He wasn't there, I think, right? Now that I don't remember the panel. I'm not gonna look. I don't think he was there. I think he was already sent back through his Conqueror's hockey. It's strong enough to negate that teleportation ability. Maybe not the immortality, but it's a split second of that being very surged, very strong, able to negate the teleportation effect, kicks them back. That's what happened, but it took them out of their form and kicked them back. Maybe the same thing happened. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking could be for, like, their powers is just a part of a devil fruit ability. Like Garling maybe doesn't even have a devil fruit ability. It's just power. Well, it is power borrowed from Imu-sama. And while Saturn, he said Mu, at least maybe in the translation. I gotta see the official. But I don't know if he was just like cutting through words, Imu, or he mentioned Mu. But I don't remember that was somebody else's name in the series. But I think that's it for me so far. I'm in the middle of moving. you know, so here's my wall. I don't like this light, man. I didn't notice this was how the camera was looking. I turned it on and I said, I don't have a different light source. I have to change it to be a white light. I have a wall of figures right now that I really thoroughly enjoy, actually. Oh my God, I'm on a plant. I really like this wall of figurines. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing them here, but for now I'm gonna change the light. See, I think I'm gonna keep doing the videos here. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let me know. I'll see you for the next one. But for now, I'm figuring out how I'm gonna set this up, because I'm in the middle of moving somewhere, and I got my you know, I think you can see in the corner swords there, some figures here. When I went to Japan, I got some cat of the worst generation. These are great. I got so many figures. I got Luffy on the Thousand Sunny. I got some other figures here. I mean, sheesh. I got a lot of. I want to put some posters. I don't know where I'm gonna do this. I don't know where I want to put this setup for. Maybe put my PC here instead and have the camera facing. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.